Hi guys, PJ here with another Elite Dangerous video. This time we're going to be answering the question, can you do Thargoid combat without hours and hours and hours of engineering? Yes, you heard me correctly. Can you build a ship, go out there to maybe one of the current Xeno events that's in effect, or a Xeno battleground of some sort, and actually stand a fighting chance? Interesting. There's certainly enough combat going on in the game right now. We're in the middle of 2022 and as you can see, all hell is letting loose. Now, you will see a lot of combat in this, and this is a newish account that I'm using, guys, so there is absolutely no engineering on any of the defense stuff. I've got a tiny little bit, as I'm going to mention, on the FSD just to get around, but there's none at all. So, can you actually combat? Can you shoot stuff without getting blown up the minute you arrive? Well, yes you can, but within moderation, and I'll touch on that a little bit later on. So the chosen ship is a Krait Mk2, which is a very popular ship for Xeno combat. It's a pretty strong ship to start with. It's got good maneuverability, durability, etc. It's not the dearest ship to upgrade by a long chalk, so you can do it on a reasonable budget. Now, the ship itself isn't that cheap if you're a newer player, but you've got to grind somewhere. You've got to start a little bit and sort of save up your credits before you even attempt this. You're not going to load the game up, do a couple of missions and then go to Xeno combat. You're going to need to bank at least 300 mil conservatively, and you never ever want to go out without enough to pay for the insurance for a rebuy when it gets blown up. So consider that one, guys. Mention Xeno builds and people are straight away going to say Guardian technology, gauze, cannons, etc, and they are 100% correct. I mean, that is an absolute given. But this is for you guys where you've got the game, you've not had the time to go and do all that sort of stuff, and you just want to go and basically shoot at some aliens and see if you can sort of kill a few, get a few kills in and enjoy yourself without all doing the hours and hours and hours of grind to get the ship up to an alien stomper sort of thing. So it's not going to be a stomper, but you are going to enjoy yourself and have a fight, but like I say, be prepared to use the ship. The ship spec that I am using here isn't actually 100% as it could be. Certainly a lot of the modules aren't A-rated. I was in a rush to get to this location because this activity was kicking off, so a bit more prep would have been in order if I'm completely honest. However, am I having fun? Have I got here? Yes, I have got here and I am having fun and I am killing Xenos. So the Thargoids are, suffering some losses, as you can clearly see. But not all Thargoids, and we'll touch on that very shortly. So let's have a look at the build to do the job. I'm going to start at the bottom and go up with this. We are on vehicle bays. Now, personally, I would have a fighter hangar. So you can have the big 6D hangar, twin fighters in it, hire yourself some decent pilots to fly these things. They're probably not going to last long, so if you do spend 300,000 credits on a pilot, he's probably not going to last, be warned. I mean, my pilot was dead on my second outing, currently doing Xeno combat, and as you can see, my account balance has took a big tumble. This particular spec has cost me about 150,000 credits, and that's not including the price of the ship in the first place. But like I was saying, there is absolutely no engineering on the combat side of things. I've got a little bit of engineering on the FSD, but not anything else. So if you're new to the game and want to fight Xenos, loadouts, this is it, or my idea of it anyway. So again, not fully done, but we're trying to balance things a bit here between cost and functionality and how good it is, etc. Shield generator, I would personally say a bi-weave shield generator. Unfortunately, I had to come here in a bit of a rush. The event started, there's like a Xeno event at the moment. Didn't have time to go and pick one of these things up, something I will be doing very shortly. So get yourself a nice bi-weave shield generator instead of this 6E thing, but it does the job for now. Your fighter hangar, obviously you've got to have that if you're having fighters. Module and hull reinforcements are top of your list, guys. I mean, if you can get military grade will do, get A-rated if possible. Like I say, I was sort of stuck for distance. I needed to get on with this event, help the community challenge that was going on, so I put whatever I had got in storage onto the ship. But A rated is ideal, military grade is fine. Don't forget your module reinforcements, because yeah, they do tend to pop your modules and then cause problems. Personally got a fuel scoop on here just to get here because I was a long way away, but you don't need that. You could probably put another hull reinforcement package into this section, which would help greatly. The reason is the Thargoids have got the caustic damage, so when they shoot you, it actually eats through your hull. Now if that happens, and it will happen, and you get the green goo on you, there's a few options. You can either fly straight to somewhere where you can dock and it'll automatically be got rid of, or you can heat your ship to 250, fly towards a star, and it will burn it off. A bit risky. You obviously, need some something to counteract the heat there, but still. And we've got decontamination limpets. So if you're in the middle of a battle and you want to stay around, you can fire these off, and it will decontaminate your ship. Okay. Varying degrees of success with these as to how fast they do it and how well they do it. Also, normally while if you're under a big event and you're under attack, these things will be decontaminating. You'll be sustaining more caustic damage as they're trying to do it. So normally it's best to just get yourself down to say 40% hull and then hightail it back to somewhere you can dock at to get rid of it. Always keep a docking computer on me, very very handy. I don't see the need to replace the 1-star slot there, and the rest is standard. So what we're saying is hull and module reinforcements big time, lose the fuel scoop unless you're travelling along lane like I was. Core internals, you want to A-rate everything basically. So we've got 1A military grade composite armour, 7A power plant, 6A thrusters, frameshift drive 5A. Like I say, you do want to be able to get out and get in, at a heartbeat. Life support doesn't really matter too much, a nice 4D will do on that particular one for this vehicle. Power distribution 6A, sensors 6D, they don't matter too much. And fuel tank, don't go too big on your fuel tank guys, because the bigger it is the more fuel you carry and the heavier it is, so it affects your jump range. As you can see, my jump range, even with some engineering, has dropped below 20. Now before I did this Xeno build, this thing was on about 22-23 light years, and I've lost substantial amounts of jump range just through adding all the extra weight. Utility mounts, okay, this is a pretty important one. Point defense turret. If you go into a Xeno combat area and they fire their caustic missiles at you, you've already sustained you've sustained hull damage straight away, and they'll eat through your hull right from the very start of the battle. If you've got a point defense turret on, it will attempt to shoot down incoming missiles. It's totally automated, you haven't got to touch it, you haven't got to do anything with it whatsoever, just install it, let it get on with it. It's an absolute godsend in my opinion. Xeno Scanner, well, it's nice to be able to scan them if you're doing some of the bigger ones, which to be honest with this build you won't be doing some of the bigger ones, but if you are, you need to be able to do sub targets, etc., and identify what they are before you get there. The actual Xenos, there's all different ones. Heat sink launchers, like I was saying, if you're going to heat your hull to 250 by flying towards a star, you're going to need these, but hey, there you go. And lastly, on to hard points, what I've gone for: 2 multi-cannons, or 3 multi-cannons rather, and 2 AX. Now your AX multi-cannons are your Xeno ones, and these are perfectly good for scouts. So this is a scout hunting ship. Okay, with what you've got here, you can safely hunt scouts, no problem at all. In fact, as you've seen, with the background footage, I've killed loads and loads and loads of them. If you're going to try and tackle something bigger, you're going to need to do it in a wing, because you will not stand a chance. You won't do the DPS, you will not kill it. Okay, I mean, maybe if you're an extremely talented commander flight wise, maybe you could pull off something a bit bigger, but this is a scout machine. Stick to it being a scout machine, and if you're going in a big group of Xenos, stick with a wing, get back up, etc. And in fact, while I mention wing, I'm going to mention something else. These community events that are happening at the moment, where you have to go and defend a ship or whatever. You'll notice them in HIP 22460 here, defending stuff. If you're in open play, be warned, pirates, other players will try and interdict you and destroy you. Okay, they're fighting for the Xenos, which is not ideal. And of course that's a problem because your ship is outfitted for Xeno combat, so you will not stand a chance against a well-built PvP ship. So I would stay in solo play personally, but hey, there you go, that's just from my views. And let's move on. Last of all, let's touch on rebuy costs. Yes, the dreaded thing when you explode, how much is it going to cost you? Well, the ship that you're looking at right now is just shy of 10 million credits, so very, very cheap in all honesty. But when you're sort of getting blown up quite a few times, you can quickly whip through 100 mil. So with that in mind, guys, I will leave you to it. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye for now.